Environmental conservation is an important issue that is tackling Nairobi today, and education is a powerful tool that has come to educate people right from schools all the way to universities. Today, we delve into how environmental education is playing that crucial role in creating awareness through environmental education. Join me. Nairobi, the capital of Kenya, is known for its fast-paced lifestyle and growing economy. But with the growth comes a responsibility to preserve the natural resources that have sustained the city for centuries. In an effort to address this challenge, new initiatives are underway to educate the next generation about the importance of environmental conservation through capacity building and courses offered in institutions of higher learning. I would like to call them green classrooms, and they are changing the way young people in Nairobi think about their role in preserving their city's natural beauty. One initiative leading the pack in environmental education is the 3Es Experience organization, through one of its mentorship projects that offer non-academic skills to pupils in schools.
We have a program called Waste Free Park Initiative, where we are promoting green parks through sensitizing visitors against polluting or littering in the parks, and we give them litter bags so that we ensure that any waste that they get into that gets into the park actually doesn't remain in the park. It's safely discarded, and we issue out litter bags as a solution, and also we do a lot of sensitization so that visitors can be able to understand the dangers of plastic pollution or any other form of waste to the park, because we don't want to get into a situation where we are harming our ecosystem, leading to we've endangered the wildlife that leads to threats of extinction. What we are very proud of is, one, we ensure that we offer quality education. Once you give someone quality education, they have a proper understanding, then they can be able to take the necessary action to tackle climate change. So from there, you'll find people are able to change their attitudes and behavior, and just take that next step to ensure that they participate in coming up with solutions, either at an individual level in their own personal life and within the general part of the community.
Green classrooms provide students with hands-on experiences that connect them to the environment. From tree planting activities to wildlife conservation projects, students learn about the importance of preserving natural resources and the impact their actions have on the environment. From schools to universities, education has been instrumental in promoting environmental conservation in Nairobi. One of the universities leading in this area is African Nazarene University, which, apart from offering environmental courses, holds an annual event known as Green Week that creates environmental awareness through workshops, among other activities.
The environment affects every aspect of life. Right now, we're in the middle of a drought in the country. That's something that's climatic and environmental, and that education or someone will come along and bring out innovative solutions to ensure that maybe to reduce the impacts of this, and also how can we reduce things such as climate change that is ongoing. In terms of our wildlife, conserving them and making sure that they last through the generations. Definitely we need to know about their ecology, about the spaces they need, about what other species should they be living with, and how do we support them. So definitely environmental education matters a lot.
Green Week, also known as Creation Care Week, brings together students, conservationists, and environmental authors from all walks of life to tackle pertinent environmental issues.
Climate Fest is a workshop around 2 or 3 hours that really explains the causes to consequences of climate change, and is a really useful tool for any kind of people. It's really accessible to everyone, to students, to young professionals. And we've trained with Vivienne from 3Es Experience over 400 people in Kenya, and it ranges from young professionals, entrepreneurs, journalists, students, and even school kids as well. So the challenges we've undertaken so far is, so sometimes we train students and there's a lack of follow-up when it comes to facilitating afterwards. So basically when you are part of a workshop at the Climate Fresque, then you can be trained with the association in France online, and then you can become facilitator and have your own workshops. So we've had a bunch of students, around 10 to 15, that have been so good in doing this and that actually have led their own workshops. But sometimes we kind of lose track of the people that participated in the workshop that don't become facilitators afterwards and join the community. The other challenges have been, I think, financial resources, but also human resources. We really would like to have an unlimited reach, and sometimes it's more Nairobi focused, and we would really like to go across the country and recruit more facilitators and go over the barrier of the language and understand a different context.
These green classrooms have played a vital role in empowering young people with knowledge and skills, creating a new generation of environmental leaders who will make Nairobi a better, greener place for years to come.
Issues of environment is rampant, and we're increasingly going to a red light right now. So we're having, and climate change is one thing that really affects how the environment is working right now. So you find that issues of poverty is actually something that we've been talking about, but then there's a very huge correlation to how environment affects this. So food security issues have been coming up really hugely. But then now there's this question of how we're able to mitigate or adapt to this if we're not able to know what's going on. So environmental education is very important for young people, for our learners to be able to understand what's going on around them. Be able to relate them with the day-to-day issues that they go to. So is it unemployment, is it food insecurity, is it poverty? And then how they're able to kind of like solve both of them. So at the same time, there's a sustainability aspect to it where they're able to use the resources they have right now, conserve it, and still be able to utilize it in a way that the future generation can still be able to use it.
Every semester we make it a point to have some kind of field trip where the students can go out, learn about their environment practically, and also meet environmental practitioners. They get the chance to interact with them, ask questions about their area, and decide for themselves, is this a path I really want to take or not? So that is our approach. Of course, there's classroom learning, but we supplement it with field.
So we started with school kids in primary school a long time ago, more closer to Masailand. And it was really good to see different contexts with these kids. And I think we're really going to try and go through universities to reach in foreign countries, because they have these green weeks sometimes. So it would be really good to go through the university branch. So again, to have students that themselves can train their peers on this topic.
While learning about environment, one key aspect that came out really strongly was the issue of climate change, because it's something that's been in conversation for a very long time. So one thing part of the activities, the conferences I was going to, the activities I was doing with other young people, I saw there was a gap in education. So most of the conversations that happen on boardroom levels or on a global platform weren't really being translated to the ground. And a lot of young people were doing actions on the ground, but then now it's also not being translated upwards. So I wanted to be able to kind of like bridge the gap. So a lot of the work I do right now is intergenerational dialogue and engagement, but as well as focusing on youth education, so they're able to understand capacity building on different thematic issues. So even if it's climate change, how is climate change relating to business, for instance? How is it relating to energy issues? How is it relating to, even art? So just being able to help young people understand some of these technical languages that mostly experts who've been there for years get to speak about, and now translating it to what they also do. So there's this correlation between what people, the technical groups, the technical leaders, what they're saying at the top there and what young people are conducting at the ground.
This year we want to focus on universities that are outside Nairobi. That's another step. And also through collaboration with various partners. We are not going to limit ourselves. Actually, we see THREE is experience, THREE is experience international. So engaging with other like-minded people within even our borders, within East Africa and the general world.
Green classrooms are the future of environmental conservation today in Nairobi. Thank you for watching. I am Daisy Love for Hope TV Newswatch.